Hey guys, I got myself a Bodum French press set. This is actually a Java 4-piece set I got off online. I'll leave a few links below. But this is a pretty interesting French press, and I'm going to go ahead and make a coffee out of it. Anyways, big thank you to 9,000 plus subscribers to the SterlingW channel. Can't do it with you guys. Look forward for new unboxings and other finds, and also like any DIYs and stuff. So I got this because I already have a French press. I wanted a second one, and unboxing this thing, it's pretty neat because this actually comes with a 4-minute timer that attaches onto the French press when you're making it. It is a little sand timer made in, I think, Portugal, I think. But anywho, it also comes with of course, a French press, which is made of plastic, to my surprise. I didn't think that it was made of plastic until I opened it. But this is the original French press, and it's, the Bodum brand is actually pretty popular. It also comes with a milk frother, electronic one, which is pretty neat. So you can see there is pretty straightforward. The instructions are kind of vague. I'm going to see what it says for that. But this is plastic, which is not exactly what I expected. The glass beaker, I guess, is for the French press is actually glass, but it seems really thin. And the French press itself, there is the stainless steel filter, just like any other French press that I've had before, but that little base part is plastic, which I didn't like. But the screw-on part, everything else, stainless steel, fine. That's all good. Again, I'll leave a few links below for this Bodum one, but there's other ones online that are similar or better than this. But this is probably the baseline one that costs like 20 bucks for a French press. It does come with a scooper too, in case, for a quick scoop of coffee to make 1 cup. So here are the instructions if you want to pause the video and stuff like that. But yes, it takes 4 minutes to brew coffee according to what this instruction set says. And you just basically push down for the French press after you're done pouring the water in. So it says not to use boiling water, but that's typically what I usually do. But as you can see, you're supposed to firmly put it down. Anyways, if you want to pause the video, go back, that's fine with me. Go ahead and do that. This is why this is an unboxing. There's a lot of text on the glass and, warnings and all that stuff. That was kind of, way too much. At the same time, the timer is pretty cute. I think that's pretty neat. The milk frother was interesting too. So let's take a look at the instructions. I don't think it was very, very clear how to put batteries in. So you're supposed to do it with like a 2 or 4 ounce cup of milk. That's hot, and then you just basically use this thing to beat it, and it causes it to foam up. Pretty neat. But yeah, I think you actually get other ones online. I'll leave a few links below too. That's very similar to this. But as you can see, you just pop the bottom part down, and you basically put 2 AA batteries. That's not included, of course. And it took me a while to figure out which one goes where, which one's positive, which is negative. But if you look very closely, you'll see that one is actually lower than the other. And you're supposed to put the there's actually those signs and signals on this thing, but since it's black, you can't really see it. It's in the inside too. It has a plus and minus. So the plus was closer to the shorter end, and the minus was on the longer end. So let's go ahead and put that in. So the plus end is close to where the dip is, and then the negative one is on the other one. And you don't screw this on. You just basically clip that thing back on. It just pushes in. So to be honest, it was kind of the design's okay. I'm not gonna. It's not that impressive, to be honest. I bought the second French press, so I actually frothed milk with a French press instead of using a mechanical or machine thing like this. So it was all good. Yeah, I figured it's a set. I'll just keep it anyways. So let's snap that thing back on, and it works. So yay! Just want to make sure it works. So you basically put in a cup and just froth with that thing. It just causes air to go through in there. So very good. Anyways, let's move on. So we know that works. Let's just make sure everything works on this thing. So this is pretty neat. So one other thing I wanted to go over was that, oops. Anyways, let's put this thing down. There's no way to actually take this thing off to clean it, so I guess you're just supposed to clean it, right after you use the frother. But that's about it. That's all you get in the entire package. So here's my much older 12 or 10-year-old IKEA one that I bought, a long time ago. Hasn't broken or anything, but this is a pretty nice stainless steel everything except for that plastic handle, but everything else is stainless steel compared to the other one that that one, the beaker. As you can see, I use this for many years, and I just rinse and wash this thing every time, but it's all metal, all stainless steel from the top all the way to the bottom, up to the point where it's the the handle is probably the only thing plastic on this thing. But I really love this one because it's from IKEA. It cost me like what, $12 or whatever. The new designs aren't like this anymore. I like this one because it's well armored and it's really rugged. That's what I really like about these new ones. This one, the glass is separate, so you can actually slide the whole thing out, which means you have to be very careful. The glass on this one's a little thicker, which I like because it's more robust. I'm not worried about getting it chipped or anything. But the Bodum one, it's definitely a lot more delicate for the glass, as well as the plastic has a filter. The top cap actually has some sort of filter on it, so I don't think it's that big of a deal. To be honest, I make 2 cups and I drink it all probably in one sitting. So, and I also put tea in mine too. So for people who want to separate tea and coffee, you could get a second French press if you want. No big deal. Anyways, for myself, I bought the second one so I could use the first one as a milk frother, but to be honest, now that I have a milk frother, I'll try it out a little later and see if it works. The good thing about the Bodum one is that the lid does turn, so you can actually close the the beaker, I guess. They do sell extra glass beakers, and I'll leave you feeling so. I guess they actually break the glass beaker so you could replace it, but because the frame is plastic, it slides off so easily. I could assume that's why a lot of people accidentally break their Bodum beakers or their French presses, or the glass part at least. It's because I don't really like the plastic frame, to be honest. I might just get another IKEA one. But yeah, I really do love my IKEA one, and the Bodum one's not bad too. In fact, it's the original version, so I always wanted to get one, so there it is. So I just boiled this water. I boiled about, I think 2 or 3 cups of water. And I'm just making this for the first cup. I'm just going to do 1 scoop with a level spoon. And I'm glad that it comes with a spoon, so all you do is 1 I don't have to do a special 2 teaspoon or 1.5 tablespoon or something like that. So I'm going to pour in the water. The water's just finished boiled, but I let it cool a little so that it's not super boiling water. I really don't like that. This is pretty messed up. It's actually a sand timer, which is nice, but at the same time, it still has a little sand there. So I know there's a 4-minute timer, so I'm just going to put that in there for 4 minutes and wait until it's done. I am going to try out the milk one. So I got myself a larger cup. I put milk in the microwave milk so it's hot. And I'm pouring I already tried foaming it once with the thing. It was too small of a cup, so I switched to this bigger one. But yeah, this is like 4 ounces of milk. I'm just going to put this thing on. And it's nice because it actually does foam it very quickly. So I'm not sure how I'm supposed to do it, but I can tell there was a lot of foam, so I got on top. So I would think I'm just going to do it the other way, using a French press, and just basically keep on ramming the French press filter into the hot milk so that I could get it. But I just didn't want to clean all the milk stuff off my French press, so that's why I got a foamer, or this frother, sorry. But you get the frother like for $4 or $5 online anyways. I'll leave you links below too. Anywho, I'm not sure how you're supposed to keep that. If you put it upside down, then yeah, the milk will go into the motor, which I don't like. So I assume you keep a towel with it so you wipe down it after, or rinse it off after, then wipe it down and clean it immediately. Otherwise your frother is probably going to get damaged pretty quick. Timer kind of sucks because it's nice that it sticks onto that shaft, but it kind of sucks how, it takes time to, you don't need a timer these days, you have a cell phone. So it's cute, it's nice and novel, that's it, but I'll just use my cell phone if I need 4-minute timers. Anyways, I pushed it down nicely and then I turned it. So you can see, nice cup of coffee, as expected. And I'm going to go ahead and pour it into the mug. Of course, you have to be careful not to actually, slip the whole glass while you pour it. So when I first tried it, I forgot to open up the top so that you can actually pour stuff out. I'll unlock that, and then I could pour it. Kind of good, kind of bad. I don't really care, to be honest. But yeah, good cup of coffee, pretty simple. No need for a K-cup machine or anything. Just basically get some ground coffee and put it in. Now I'll go ahead and put the milk in. That's froth, so it gives a nice foam. So I should really scoop the foam, or basically just pour the foam in later. And actually I put way too much milk. So now that most of that foam is still stuck there, I poured it incorrectly. So I'm just gonna scoop the stuff in instead, because I really don't want to do more of this milk stuff. But usually what I do is I use sweetened condensed milk. If you want to check out that video where I make whipped tea and other stuff, and whipped coffee, as well as you could check it out on my other links to this other coffee stuff. So I like coffee. I like making coffee myself. I don't like paying $5 for a cup of coffee or a latte. So I usually like making it at home. So this will help. This $20 or $30 investment in a new French press and whisk and frother is quite useful. It'll pay for itself in about 2 or 3 drinks. So there's the first drink. So it's pretty neat in terms of what we have. So is it worth it? Yeah, it's pretty worth it. For 25, 30 bucks, it's pretty worth it. You could take the whole thing out to clean. You can see all the coffee grounds are still there. You can even clean that whole holder too if you wanted to. So pretty neat. The timer is pretty, it's a nice thing, and the whisking frother thing is pretty useful as well. So pretty cool. I'll leave a link below for the Bodum set, but let me enjoy my cup of coffee first now. So yeah, nice and foamy. So anywho, to clean this thing, I just use hot water and some dishwashing liquid, and clean it, and then use a microfiber to take off any handprints or fingerprints. The only thing about the frother and the plastic cap doesn't really fit very well for the frother or this. So especially this cap, it was kind of it's kind of loose. My other one's actually the other IKEA one actually works better. I'll be honest. This plasticky frame sucks. I'm not really that fond of it. I don't really care about that filter thing on the cap either. But anyways, big thank you to all you guys. Whether you like or hate this review, I don't, leave some comments below. As well as, like, subscribe if you haven't seen any of my other videos on your coffee making or DIYs or anything else, or unboxings, check it out. There's a lot of playlists and a lot of stuff on coffee and reviews and stuff I buy at Costco, as well as Costco finds. So I like finding all the fun deals and just posting it as a video, as well as DIYs and how to fix things around the house. See you next time. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.